All right, all right. Let me start off by saying welcome. Welcome to everybody in the chat. I see you. Go ahead and show me some love. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me get my audio proper. If I'm loud and clear in the chat, go ahead and give me a 1. Once again, Global Media Inc. is live, and I've got some breaking news for my YouTube family. All right, Global Media Inc. is live. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, so we are officially live. We are loud and clear. We are streaming in 720p to be exact. And we are broadcasting live from the Global Media Inc. studios, located somewhere in the DMV area. To be more specific, Maryland. To be more specific, Prince George's County. That's right, I'm a PG County boy. Global Media Inc. is live, and as the title says, Tazyahdaqyah of the ICGJC arrested on federal grand jury indictment. Now, as many of you know, Jermaine Grant, also known as Tazyahdaqyah, is the leader and chief high priest of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. You may remember that approximately a year ago, his church was raided by the feds, by the federal government. It involved the FBI, local law enforcement there in New York, as well as the IRS. So I've got some breaking news and coverage coming out of New York today. So let's get into it. Once again, Global Media Inc. is live. Hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Also, make sure the notifications are enabled. So anytime I go live, publish or upload a video or schedule a live stream, you will be the first to know. So let's get into the story. All right, so I'm going to screen share and we're going to break it down. We're going to examine the timeline. So I'll start with most recent, which is the latest arrest, and then I will go back to last year, cover that event and the news article, and I'll take it back even further, take it back to 2016. So anybody who has any kind of common sense knows that this was coming, that it was just a matter of time, because this is nothing new, and there has been all kinds of coverage, not just on, what's referred to in the public as the Black Hebrew Israelites, but more specifically, the individual Tazyahdaqyah, known as the chief high priest, also known as the Comforter, legal name Jermaine Grant. So let's get into the article. This is by way of NJ.com. I will put the link in the video description or in the chat, and let's begin to examine. Now, the article states this was updated at 7:15 this morning, posted to, once again, www.nj.com. And this website has actually covered at least 3 stories on the Comforter, also known as Tazyahdaqyah, the leader and chief high priest of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. This specific website, to the best of my knowledge, has covered 3 stories alone. 3 stories alone, just on the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. Now, there are some other websites and articles that you can find on the internet, but I stuck with this website because they are the ones that uploaded the latest article. And the title says, "Hate Group Preacher and Treasurer accused of embezzling $5.3 million. Once again, they are alleging, and I am reading this, that allegedly hate group preacher and treasurer accused of embezzling $5.3 million. So not just Mr. Jermaine Grant himself, but the treasurer, who they name later in the article, has also been indicted by a grand jury. They were both arrested and taken into custody yesterday, which was Wednesday. So as we begin to scroll down, let's get into the article. Now, this article says that this gentleman right here, who we are all familiar with, goes by the Comforter, also known as the Chief High Priest, Tazyahdaqyah, leader and one of the original founders of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. And if you are familiar with this individual himself, you'll know that he has his roots and originally got into the truth dating all the way back to the original One West. So he has been a Hebrew Israelite for a very long time. And Mr. Grant, also known as Tazyahdaqyah, also goes back to the original One West. And during this time, when he was new and first coming into that school, he was actually there with Priest Danyala, who you know from the Lions of Israel. Shout out to Priest Danyala. Make sure you check out Maccabees TV. Also, make sure you check out Priest Danyala's new website, which is www.thelionsofisrael.org. He was in there with Hashar, Zabak. So, you know, Priest Zabak has the House of Israel. We know that Hashar, aka Hurricane Hashar, he has his ambassadors of Christ. So all these gentlemen were at the original One West school all around the same time, around the same age. So shout out to those brothers. I want to make this clear as well. Do not judge any of these Hebrew Israelite groups that I just mentioned, such as the AOC, the LOI, and the HOI, based off what you read on websites such as this one, which is the NJ.com. I happen to know several of those individuals, speak with them often, and I know that their sole mission is to educate and wake up the people to their birthright, to the fact that they are a Hebrew Israelite, and to also represent and teach the divine words of the Most High through Jesus Christ. So I have a lot of respect for those brothers and what they hope to accomplish. And you see they are very dedicated. You can find them every Saturday on the Sabbath, on the highways and byways, preaching to the public, trying to wake people up. So in no way do I want this breaking news or this news article that I'm covering to reflect on those gentlemen in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And the article reads as follows. A Mercedes-Benz van, trips to Disneyland, and private school tuition were just some of the gifts Jermaine Grant lavished on his family, all obscenely paid for with income from his entertainment company. In reality, the U.S. Attorney's Office has alleged all were ill-gotten gains of a scheme by Grant, 43, and Lincoln Warrington, 48, to siphon millions from the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. The New York-based religious organization is part of the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, which believes Black people are among the lost tribes of Israel. Now, this individual, Mr. Lincoln Warrington, 48, has been identified as the treasurer of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, and he himself was taken into custody yesterday along with Mr. Jermaine Grant, aka Tazyahdaqyah, the Comforter. Third paragraph reads, Grant, who has led the organization under the name Chief High Priest Tazyahdaqyah, has preached that a black Jesus will return to earth to enslave and kill white people. The Southern Poverty Law Center has previously cited his comments in classifying the church as a black nationalist hate group. Both men were arrested Wednesday on a grand jury indictment charging them with conspiring to defraud the United States and Grant with an additional 5 counts of personal income tax evasion. While leading the church between 2007 and 2016, prosecutors allege Grant and Washington, a Teaneck resident and treasurer for the church, used Black Icon Entertainment, a phony company reliant almost entirely on church funds, to siphon off more than $2.4 million from the organization. It continues to state that Grant of Burlington Township himself spent another $2.9 million of church funds on personal expenses that included the van, trips and school tuition, in addition to luxury items, real estate, and a chauffeured luxury car service to take his kids to school, prosecutors said. The U.S. Attorney's Office said none of the $5.3 million of income was reported by either man to the IRS. Now, everybody knows, and if you do not know, that the IRS, also known as the Internal Revenue Services, aka Uncle Sam, they will get what's theirs and they will come after you. So if there's anything you want to be mindful of, that is to file your taxes and stay current with them. Even if you owe money, make sure that you file. And if you don't have the money to pay what you owe, make sure that you get on a scheduled payment plan, because Uncle Sam does not fuck around. The article continues to read, the arrests come almost 2 years after DNA Info reported FBI agents had raided the group's headquarters in Harlem as part of an investigation into its bookkeeping. Now, that raid that they're speaking of, which comes almost about 2 years ago, I have that pulled up. I covered that story when it happened, and this falls into the timeline of events that I spoke on earlier in this live stream, and we will cover that. It states, the church and Grant made headlines 5 years ago when they filed a lawsuit against a Connecticut toy company claiming action figures of Grant and the church had ordered were made with pointed features and lightened skin. Grant and Warrington were expected to make their initial appearances in U.S. District Court Wednesday afternoon in Newark. Grant's attorneys, Gerald LaCourte, did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Reached by email, Warrington's attorney, Richard Levitt, declined to comment. Now, once again, this article comes to us by way of www.nj.com, and this website alleges that hate group preacher and treasurer have been accused of embezzling $5.3 million, allegedly. As of right now, this is all that has been released, so you can expect further stories to come as this progresses. But right now, Global Media Inc. is stating clearly that this has all been charges allegedly of embezzlement towards Mr. Grant, also known as Tazyahdaqyah, the Comforter. Now, let's go to another article. As you remember, the police and the feds did raid the church, Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, in East Harlem. There's various magazines and websites that covered this when it happened, But this is actually from the Southern Poverty Law Center's website. And this article comes to us from www.splcenter.org, which is the Southern Poverty Law Center. Okay. And this states federal agents and local police raided the headquarters of the New York City-based Black nationalist religious group that preaches an anti-white, anti-Semitic message. And here you see the picture of the FBI entering the East Harlem location of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. This was almost 2 years ago. The exact date, I believe, was November 3rd of 2016. But let's continue to read. It states, the search was carried out on Tuesday at the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ in East Harlem, according to media reports. The FBI confirmed that a court-authorized search warrant was executed, but said nothing else. A second search was carried out at Bethel Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ on 3rd Avenue, CBS News reported. It's not clear if also is a Hebrew Israelite church. A Harlem-based news operation, DNA Info, reported that authorities carried out the search at the Israelite Church of God in relation to an investigation into financial irregularities. The church, a black separatist group, is on the extremist fringe of the Hebrew Israelite movement, a black nationalist theology dating back to the 19th century that preaches people of color are the true children of God. Those whose fathers are of Negroid and Indian descent make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The church's literature says its extremist leaders preach that modern-day Jews are devilish impostors and white people are even personified deserving of death or slavery. The extremist Hebrew Israelites are viewed as the black counterparts of white Christian identity believers who claim they are the true Jews, part of the lost tribes of Israel. For the past 16 years, Jermaine Grant, 38, known by his Hebrew name, Tazyahdaqyah, has been the chief high priest of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. He has been described as a former rap music label owner and restaurateur with a highly charismatic personality. Grant, who also calls himself the Holy God Sent Comforter of the Nation of Islam, posted a video statement taped as agents were conducting the search in Harlem. Now, I don't know if this is a typo. Myself personally, I don't believe I've heard him or any of his followers or members of his church referred or address him as that. So let me read it one more time. I know I read it right, and I know I read it clearly. It says, Grant, who also calls himself the Holy God Sent Comforter of the Nation of Islam, posted a video statement taped as agents were conducting the search in Harlem. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot confirm and or deny, but I personally believe that may be a typo. I believe that may be an error in due part of the author of this article on this website, but it clearly says Islam. The church has been raided by the FBI. The persecution has begun, the Hebrew Israelite leader said. Later in the short video, Grant says, I want all you brothers and sisters to hold your heads up high because we are doing nothing wrong and we're being persecuted for righteousness. The Lord, our God, will fight for us. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you can find that article at www.splcenter.org. And I will make sure to include all of the links to these articles in the video description for this video once it uploads to YouTube. As I mentioned earlier, I have one more article, and I will give you the date. And this is to paint the picture and to cover the timeline of events as this has continued to lead up and build up to the arrest of these two individuals. So let me prepare the last one. Also, let me remind everybody that you're tuned in to Global Media Inc. Please make sure that you're subscribed. Please make sure that you give the video a thumbs up or like this video. Also, make sure that you click the bell. And what that does is enables notifications so that anytime I go live, schedule a live stream, and or upload or publish a new video, you will be notified and you can come check those videos out. I want to give a special shout out everybody who tuned in live. This video will upload to the channel as soon as the live stream has concluded. And let me give some thanks to people that have tuned in live in the chat. So shout out to my man, The Hack. He says, clickbait again from Global Media Inc. No, sir. I'm afraid not this time. This is not clickbait. You have seen the articles, and the links to these articles will be in the video description. I am not one that believes in clickbait, which you allege. Strictly Hip Hop. Shout out to my man, Strictly Hip Hop. He has a channel. Go check him out. Special K, Special K. Wow, PG County, Maryland. That's right, Special K. I'm a PG County boy. Hashtag DMV for life. We have another gentleman, Araya, Ari Israel, Yahweh, judgment on him, claiming to be the son, Christ. Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Pardon me, my Hebrew is a little off this afternoon. Living Soul Journey says, damn, peace. Shout out to Living Soul Journey. Yael Israel, Miss Israel, shalom to you, sis. Thank you for always tuning in and your support. My man, DJ Katak. DJ Katak 1, peace, brother. Hope all is well with you and yours. I'm doing fine, my friend. Just covering some news out of New York. Special K says, thank you for this info. I just shared this. Well, thank you very much, Special K. I ask that everybody, besides liking the video and making sure you're subscribed, please feel free to share this link on all social media and let the people know that we are live. Another way besides the enabling the notifications to keep up with everything that I've got going on in Global Media Inc. is to check us out and follow us on Twitter. And you can find us on Twitter. That's twitter.com/globalized media. Besides YouTube and Twitter, we are also on Facebook. And you can find the Facebook group page at facebook.com/globalized media. So I thank everybody for their continued support. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to share this link on any of your personal social media that you may have. Now, let's get to the last article that I have pulled up. This article is from December of 2015, December 11th to be exact. This comes by way of www.nj.com. This is the same website that broke the story this morning about the arrest on a grand jury indictment of the leader and treasurer as well of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. This article reads, police called to Teaneck Hotel on report of alleged hate group meeting. Says Teaneck. Police were called to the Marriott at Glen Point Thursday night after members of an alleged hate group booked an event in the ballroom, according to township officials. The gathering was for members of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, the group is one of several extremist, black supremacist Hebrew Israelite groups. It continues to read, the organization was taken over in late 2000 by Chief High Priest Tazyahdaqyah, born Jermaine Grant of Hackensack, who declared himself the Holy Spirit and the Comforter, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center's website. Grant recently prophesied that a vengeful black Jesus would soon return to earth to kill or enslave all whites, the website states. Hotel staff called police after security came in with the group, according to an email from police to members of the Teaneck Township Council. Hotel staff and security got spooked when they had an extraordinary amount of on-site security, police stated in the email, which was provided to NJ Advanced Media by a source in the township administration. The email did not state how large the security force was or whether the security crew carried weapons. Teaneck police were not available to comment Friday afternoon. The Bergen County Police Chiefs Association's Rapid Deployment Force went to the area of the hotel, a county official confirmed. The RDF is trained in crowd control. The official could not say whether the group's security crew was armed. The email stated the group was planning to have more than 300 followers in attendance. The event was booked as a religious event, according to the email. The email states a police sergeant and a detective were dispatched to try to survey what's taking place inside the hotel. There were no disturbances at the meeting, according to the email. The gathering began at 8 p.m. and ended at 1 a.m. A Marriott employee declined to comment. So this article, once again, comes by way of the NJ.com, the same website that published the article today, alleging that the leader of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, Tazyahdaqyah, has been arrested along with his treasurer, and they have been accused of embezzling $5.3 million. So I am just bringing the news to the people. It has been made public. As I showed, there were several incidents leading up to this. And, you know, we're going to have to wait and see exactly how this all ends out. Here is the article that I just read to you guys for anybody that wants to try and look it up yourselves. It is right here. And that is www.nj.com. That is the last article that I just read to you guys. So as you see at the top of my computer, 3 major stories throughout the last couple of years directly in association with this group. So I personally believe that it was only a matter of time before, you know, the feds planned to do what they planned to do. It was pretty obvious to me when they raided the Harlem location, which is also somewhat of the headquarters, that it was only a matter of time. All right. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You already know what it is. Global Media Inc. Make sure that you're subscribed on YouTube. Make sure that you check us out on Facebook, and make sure to follow us on Twitter. You can also donate at any time via PayPal. The PayPal link will be in the video description. It is www.paypal.me/BYK1011. And I will include that in the chat. And any questions, comments, or concerns can be typed into the chat right now, and I will do my best to address them. Besides the paypal.me link, which is in the chat, you can also donate through Super Chat by clicking on the $ icon directly beneath the chat, located right underneath the live chat. And that is the Super Chat feature through YouTube. That's another way to donate. And also, you can donate at all times, www.paypal.me/BYK1011. So I want to thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in live. Please make sure that you have given this a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you have those notifications enabled if you have not done so already. Till the next time, I'm Basim on behalf of Global Media Inc. Also, I will be live a little bit later this evening. I believe we have another podcast or radio show later on this evening. And to all you gamers out there, there's a good chance you can catch me streaming live gameplay of Fortnite right here on this channel as well. Till the next time, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'm out. 1.